Get your notepads ready, your phone ready, whatever the case may be, that you're gonna be taking notes and taking these steps and taking action. Because if you're not taking action, you need to go ahead and stop this video right now. This video is not for you. We're about to go through all these steps to establish your brand's identity. So starting out with number one, we're gonna be generating potential brand names. This means brainstorming, writing down, just coming up with as many brand names that you could possibly come up with that you might want to rock with whenever you do launch your brand. These are crucial and these are very, very important for long term. Even if you don't stick with that one brand name and you wanna change it later on, then you definitely need to have some backup plans to switch it over, but you don't want to be switching over your brand name very often. But try to find that key brand name and see which one sticks out to you the very, very most and use that one to start your brand. Moving on to step number two is going to be visualizing the name. So you want to be testing this out with fonts, putting it on shirts, putting it on mock-ups, just putting it on whatever, you know, just writing it out, even pronouncing it, maybe seeing how other people pronounce it whenever you show it to them. That's something I personally have struggled with. Moving on to step number three, you want to have simplicity and meaning. You want people to be able to pronounce your name very easily, remember it very easily, and you also want to have a story. You do not want to have a brand without a story because you're not going to be able to scale it long term. People want to be able to remember you. People want to know why they're supporting your brand. So that's definitely a key factor in having a brand and brand name. Moving on to step number four, you want to start designing logo. Design a simple logo that's gonna represent your brand for a long term. No matter what, even if you are changing your brand logo, this logo will probably be remembered. It'll probably be on your first production run, so you want it to be something that looks good and is not something you're just rushing into. Like I said before, I've experienced this many, many times, and that's why I'm here to teach you what not to do in owning a brand and what you should do when you're owning a brand. Because I've been through the experiences and I'm here to give you that free value. So, like I said, design a brand logo that's super simple, super easy to catch an eye, and easy to remember whenever people see it. So the next step is gonna be setting up an email account, whether that's a Gmail account, Yahoo account, whatever the case may be, no free promo. You wanna set up a standard email account. That way people can contact you whenever they do have questions or whenever you're reaching out to get into stores, to work with designers, to work with other people, whatever the case may be. You definitely want to have an email that all of your business emails go to, rather than just your personal email getting spammed and full of other emails that are not necessarily involving your personal life. Moving on to step number five, you want to use that email and start creating your social media accounts. You want to create a social media presence. You want to start posting your logo, posting your first production, whatever the case may be. But most importantly, you want your account username to literally be the same exact username on every single platform. And I mean every single platform. Even if you don't plan to use that platform, go and claim your brand name before someone else does and you have to pay for it later. That's not something you want to be doing. You don't want to lose money just because you weren't thinking of it ahead of time. That's why I'm here again to tell you, go get that account wherever the platform is. You might use it later on whenever your brand grows. You really never know. Moving on to step number seven, you want to register your business. Whether that's an LLC, sole proprietor, whatever the case may be, you definitely want to get that legalized and make sure that you're all good to do your taxes, because you do not want Uncle Sam coming for you a few years down the road saying you didn't pay him his money, blah, 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 and now you owe some interest. Like, trust me, you do not want to do that. So just do it all the right way the first time, and you don't have to worry about it coming back to bite you later. Moving on to number eight, you want to get your first collection, first item, whatever the case may be that you're launching, ready to go. You want to have all of that stuff ready to send to your manufacturer. You want to get everything done that you need to get done, and there will be more in detail videos on YouTube, so definitely stay around to watch those. But you want to have your first product, your first collection, whatever the case may be, designed, ready to go. That way you can start showing your audience what you're about to drop. Start sending these to manufacturers to get quotations, whatever the case may be, wherever you are along in your process. But you definitely want to have some type of first product, first collection, first drop, ready to go to start scaling your brand. With that being said, you want to start leveraging your social media. You want to start posting on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Snapchat, wherever social media your brand is living on, then you need to be posting posting and getting that engagement. Because if you have designs and you're not showing them to your audience, and you're just showing them when you drop, you're gonna fail. You have to show them the designs before you drop, get their attention, see if they even want the product. In this day and age, everything moves so quickly. Once something's already dropped, people no longer want it. People only want what's exclusive, what hasn't dropped yet, what's about to drop yet, or what's all over social media. So you definitely want to promote this, and you want people to want your brand. So like I said, post it early, post everything before it even releases, post it when you're in the design process of making the design, see what people want to change, and get that design out there, get those people's attention, get their opinion. All right, now comes the hard part. You need to develop a website. Whether you're doing it or you're paying someone to do it, I can do them, so send me a DM on Instagram. Instagram is right here. I can design your website for the low, or you could just go to Fiverr, whatever the case may be, design it on your own, but you definitely should be using Shopify. I highly recommend Shopify. There's nothing out there better than Shopify. No matter what you say or argue with me, the price may be a little bit steeper, which I'm pretty sure it's pretty low compared to all the competitors, but you should be using Shopify, no questions asked, no competitors, honestly. So just use Shopify whenever you're building your website. Next up, you're gonna want to secure your domain, whether you're using GoDaddy or whatever other websites. I'm pretty sure Shopify still lets you buy a domain through their site, but I highly recommend using GoDaddy. That way you are fully owning the domain and you're not going through a Shopify account. GoDaddy is just another broker. There are plenty of brokers out there to buy a domain. So I highly recommend you use GoDaddy or any other websites that have offers out there that gives you full access to owning that domain, because that is very important to have your domain for your website instead of using .myshopify. I currently use .online. I wouldn't say I recommend using anything other than .com, but it's not gonna kill your brand if you do use anything else, just because it's currently working for me, but I do wish I was using .com. It's just that the domain is currently way too overpriced. Now you've got your domain and your Shopify, everything is all set up. It's time to go through GoDaddy, upgrade that email that you have been using, because now it's time to take it serious. It's time to let people know you're really about business and you're really serious about everything, and you're not just using a Gmail account. Because from my experience, a lot more people respond to you whenever it doesn't say @gmail.com, @yahoo.com. A lot of people respond to you when it says whatever your website is .com. Now that you've got that all knocked out, you've got 2 more steps to go just to get your brand started. First up is gonna be implementing a sign-up form on your website. Not only just a form, you wanna be able to offer your customers some type of offer whenever they are giving you their information in exchange. I recommend using Klaviyo just because that is already integrated with emails, SMS. You don't have to download any other apps. But if you want to use a few different apps, there's plenty of apps out there that you can do this and set up a sign up form. But you want to be capturing emails and SMS. You can optimize that on mobile and desktop to your liking. I can help you set those up. I can really help you from A to Z. So just let me know. Instagram right there. So moving on to the last step, which should have been swapped around before. I hope you're taking notes and not doing this as you go, because that would have messed you up. So look, you want to download Klaviyo or whatever SMS, email automation tools, whatever the case may be, to get you ready to go and start scaling your brand, because those are going to be your most valuable and important things. You can send emails and SMS for pennies on the dollar versus spending ads on Facebook and TikTok and blah. So you definitely want to have those set up. I recommend using Klaviyo, like I said. Postscripts is another good one that's definitely up and coming. They're getting everything together. That's gonna be the end of this video. Be sure to stay around for this next video that's coming up. It's gonna be scaling your brand A to Z. There's 17 steps. You do not wanna miss 17 steps of scaling your brand. Other than that, thanks so much for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one.